Kelly missing? You don't think she was kidnapped, do you?
I don't know what to think at the moment. I don't know. So why don't you tell us about this break-in? Amy says you told her you'd handle it?
Yes, that's true.
Uh-huh. Well, I'd like to know what Nick and Kelly were looking for here, and I'd like to know what you meant by saying you'd handle it.
Well, I have absolutely no idea what they were looking for in here. I called the police, and after I called the police, I called this Nick character to tell him I'd reported it, ask him why he was here, and he became extremely abusive of me.
Really? In what way?
Verbally, I mean. He called me, for one thing, a typical capitalist, money-grubbing pig. After I heard that, I thought, well, maybe this whole thing was politically motivated. He is a Vietnam veteran, is he not? And you hear these terrible stories about these men who've come back. I thought, well, perhaps he's become slightly unhinged by his war experience.
That still doesn't explain what Kelly was doing here with him.
No, you're absolutely right. It doesn't. Well, these people can be very persuasive, though. Maybe he's won her over to his viewpoint.
Yeah, well, I'm still curious to know what you meant by saying you'd handle it.
Oh, I just meant that I would call the police, which I did. I left Kelly's name out of it, being a good friend of the family and all that. And then afterwards, I called Nick himself.
And that's when he became abusive to you over the phone?
Absolutely. It was like he went absolutely crazy. He said he would pay me back if it was the last thing he'd do. He'd get even with me. He cursed. I mean, it was like listening to a man having a nervous breakdown over the phone.
How odd. You know, that doesn't sound a thing like the Nick I know.
Well, Cruz, you haven't seen him in a few years. I mean, I thought he was strange when I met him the first time.
Well, I think it goes a little bit deeper than that, even. I'm afraid he has very serious psychological problems. Look, would you please give my sympathies to your father? Tell him I will stop by later today and offer whatever help I can give.
Oh, well, you've been very helpful already answering his questions, really. Cruz, I don't think there's any more questions. Is there?
No, I don't think there are any more at the moment. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Oh, my pleasure. I wish you luck, and I pray that this young man has done nothing to hurt Kelly.
I'm praying for the same thing. Thank you, Amy.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, thanks again for your time.
Goodbye.
Mr. Lee, I am so very sorry. I didn't mean for them to come in here and accuse you of anything.
No, Amy, that's perfectly all right. Listen, actually, I don't blame you for not trusting me. I think it's because of Brick, isn't it? I know he doesn't trust me, although I can't understand why. No, really, I don't want you to feel that I'm upset about this. I'm not.
Okay.
You did exactly the right thing by calling the police, and now the matter is completely taken care of. I just wish that I would so much like for you to trust me from here on out. It's awful hard to help you if you don't.
I will never doubt you again.